Welcome to Alchemy with Xerophayze. This is the first episode of the AI Toolbench, a new series about practical AI tools that help us get real work done. Today, we're getting familiar with Stability Matrix, one place to organize local AI tools, models, outputs, and workflows. This is not a paid advertisement or sponsored promotion. I'm highlighting Stability Matrix because I use it, find it useful, and want to give you an honest look at what it does well, where it may frustrate you, and whether it fits your workflow. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Alchemy with Xerophayze. I appreciate you joining my channel. I really appreciate the subscriptions and the likes. It's been great, and I am super excited to get this channel launched back off and start providing all sorts of valuable content. I am starting this video as part of a new series where we are going to introduce and either do a tutorial or show off tools and utilities and pieces of software from the community, from open source or GitHub or other places that I've used or that other people have used that are valuable. And when I say valuable, I know that's kind of relative, but it comes down to, does the tool help us? Does it help make things easier? Does it help facilitate a process, a workflow? Does it lighten the load, as it were? And one of those pieces of software that I wanted to do in this very first one, I've talked a little bit about before, possibly in another video a long time ago. It's had a lot of developments and improvements to it. It's called Stability Matrix. And I'm going to show you step by step kind of how to go through, find it. The download is easy. It's a simple install, but then how to go through it and the important sections of it and how to use it. So let's get started. So we're going to start here with the homepage. So Lycos.ai, this is the organization that builds it. And they also have a GitHub repo for it. It's pretty easy. Just download it from here, run the executable, and get it up and going on your system. And for those of you who are curious, they do have installations for Windows, Apple, and Linux. Okay, we're going to jump right into the program itself. So again, the installation of the actual program itself is pretty easy. I'm not going to go through that part. When it is installed and you run it, you'll be presented with the following page. You'll be put on the packages page. As you can see, I already have 4 different packages installed. When I say packages, that's the whole point of this program. This program, Stability Matrix, acts as a central hub, a place of organization, a place to organize the different programs that you will use in your AI art, video production, pictures, and everything that you do in the AI art industry almost. They have many different tools with this, but it also allows you to install different packages. As you can see, I have Stable Diffusion Web UI Forge installed, WAN to GP, Comfy UI, and Stable Diffusion Web UI Forge Neo. I have 2 of those installed. This is kind of a little side note. This is an older version that I have installed that was used for my web page backend for some processing. I just hold on to it just in case. We'll say the Stable Diffusion Web UI Forge Neo is a newer version that's more up to date and kept up to date. And everybody is familiar with Comfy UI. I don't know who wouldn't be. WAN to GP is another video image generation package. So in the packages section, you have the ability to add new packages. You click add packages and it gives you a list of the available systems and software that can be installed for doing various things with AI image generation or video generation. They have training packages for training AI models. And these are the legacy packages that are no longer supported. They still have them available if you want to try and use them. We'll go back to the packages section. It's a tree structure. When you go here, you'll notice up here at the top, it adds to the tree, or to the, we'll call it the address bar, and you can just click back to the packages. Okay, we're going to move on to the next section called inference. Inference is their own, so Stability Matrix, their very own built-in image and video generation interface. It's actually not too bad. It's pretty nice. It relies on whatever models you have installed, and we'll get to the models here in a little bit. But what's cool about this is it's tabbed. You can have one here for, I don't know if you can rename it, but you can have one here specifically for image generation using specific model. And then you can have another one opened here. You can open up, let's do another one for maybe image to image generation. And then another one for WAN text to video generation. And you have all these open, then you can switch back and forth really quickly between the different tabs so you can do various tasks quickly. Once you get done with one, maybe you want to move, you generate an image, take that image, move over here, drag that image into here, start doing an image to video. So the inference works really well. For those of you who are new to this, it may take a little getting used to, but this is actually a very simplified interface for being able to quickly generate images using the open source models. One of the things I do want to point out in this section, the workflows and generation rely on, I think, their specific inference, and what they're doing here rely specifically on having the Comfy UI package installed. So just as a point of note, if you're going to use their inference interface, make sure you install Comfy UI first. You don't have to configure it or anything, it just has to be installed. Once it's installed, then the processes in here will work. Okay, let's move on to the Image Lab. This is not something I've messed around a whole lot with. But what it is, they're trying to provide another interface for generating images. And what this is, it's more like a chat interface. It does, again, rely on having Comfy UI installed and up and running. So again, back at the packages, make sure Comfy UI is installed and that you launch it and that it's fully up and running before you go through and start working with these. And I think this is the attempt to simplify generating images even more. You have the option of selecting the aspect ratio and selecting the model you want to use. You can do model and LoRa settings. And it looks like you can have multiple conversations for doing different things, but it's treated as a chat interface instead of like the inference interface. So basically, pick what you like. You can do the inference interface or the Image Lab. The next one we're going to go to is the Checkpoint Manager. The Checkpoint Manager is where you're going to manage all of the models you have installed on your system. This is a wonderful interface because historically, managing your models, managing the LoRa's, and everything that goes into a lot of the open source image and video generation can get very messy, very complex. And what they've done is they've created a really nice tree structure here that allows you to go through, drill down in, and find the models and or LoRa's that you want to check on, update, or whatever. And when I say update, as you can see, let's go down here to Stable Diffusion. As you can see, I've got some models installed here, and you have a little green update available. It lets you know, hey, there's an update to this model, because they're constantly improving models and the LoRa's and all the different things that go into this. So this is how you stay on top of making sure you got the latest model. All right, moving on to the next section is the model browser. So this was originally why I loved using Stability Matrix. One, because installing packages is super easy. Originally, when Automatic 11.11 was available, and even Comfy UI, when they were first started, it was difficult and tedious to try and get it installed, make sure everything was configured properly and set up. And this software makes it easy. You add it, it installs it, it launches it, takes care of it all for you. And same with the model browser. This gives you access to be able to browse models from the different online archives, like Civet AI, Hugging Face, and to be able to browse through them and see what those models and checkpoints are capable of doing. And so, for instance, let's open this up a little bit. And let's filter this down. Let's say we want to only see SDXL Lightning models. And we'll click that. I love SDXL Lightning. They're great models. They're fast, and the quality is awesome. It's great. And this allows you to browse through and view those models and what they're capable of. And you get to see what the people describe them as. And let's see. Dream Shaper XL Lightning is one of my absolute favorites. It is just a badass model. And this is where you get to manage it. You can see some example images, and you get to see the statistics on it and the download link. You can delete it. If it's already installed, it gives you the option to delete it. It gives you suggestions on what your default settings should be when using this model. Sorry, there's an update available for stability measures. Let's get rid of that. And just in general, how to use it. And then you get feedback from the author or the creator of the model. It lets you really drill in and learn about what's going on. And that's what makes this so fantastic. This software is just amazing at being able to kind of create this central hub for everybody to kind of coalesce around. Let's go back to the model browser. There are just ad nauseum amounts of models and LoRa's and other types of utilities here that you can go through. You can drill down you can sort by the most downloaded, highest rated, sort it by different periods of time, the model type. Do you want only checkpoints? Maybe that's what we want, and we'll get rid of this so we can view all the checkpoints instead of LoRa's. Or if you want to just look at ControlNet models, you can look at those. Very quickly, it allows you to get up and running and do what you want to do with generating your images and videos. Yes, it does have access to not safe for work content. So these are models that generate all sorts of interesting things. We'll just say that. And then in the next section here, we're going to talk about is the output browser. This is where it coalesces all the images and videos that you've generated in any of the packages. This is what's so cool. Like in your package, maybe you went into Stable Diffusion, generated some images there, but then you went into Comfy UI, generated some images there. The output browser allows you to see all of it. It gives you a centralized way of managing your images and managing your creations. You can delete them, save them, move them out, whatever it is you want to do. View them. I was having some fun the other day, and I've always been fascinated with the whole ability for AI image generators to generate dragons. I remember the day when, a long time ago when they were coming out, you could not generate a dragon to save your life. Like, it would generate something weird. You had to use in-painting and all sorts of weird techniques to try and get anything that looked like a dragon, and now they've got it nailed down. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's kind of a little sidetrack there. Okay, so for those of you, let's take this back a second. So this just lets you organize your content. So in the last section here, we have what are called workflows. And this is going to be Comfy UI heaven for those of you who love Comfy UI. These are the workflows that you use in Comfy UI. They're already set up. You click them, install them, and then you can go into Comfy UI and open them right up and just start using them. No more trying to guess the spaghetti, if you want to say that. There are so many people in the community building these things, and a lot of people have put these pre-made Comfy UI workflows up for people to be able to use and do what they want to do. It's just a wonderful way for the community to kind of coalesce around this software. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, it looks like I got some updates here. If you're downloading models, you can download multiple checkpoints at the same time. You can monitor that activity here. It'll show you which models are currently being downloaded, which ones are done being downloaded. Yeah, overall, just a wonderful program. I was so happy to find this years ago when working with this, trying to figure out how to get Stable Diffusion installed, or Automatic Level 11 at the time, and then WebUI Forge and all the different packages. And I still use it. I still love the software. I know a lot of people use Pinocchio. I'm going to do probably a video on Pinocchio because they've done a massive number of improvements, and it introduces access to other types of AI tools, not just AI image and video generation. So that's it. I appreciate you guys watching my video. I hope you're excited about getting my channel getting all revamped and updated. That will be a whole nother video on how I did that. I've been doing a lot with AI agents, and I'm no longer alone in managing what I do. So until our next video, we'll catch y'all later.